everyone, and thanks for joining me for Origami with Miss Cynthia. Did you know that January 16th is Appreciate a Dragon Day? And to celebrate and appreciate dragons, today we will be folding a dragon from the book Harry Potter Origami, which some of you may have from the Summer Reading Program prizes. If you don't have a copy of the book, you can enter a chance to win one by folding a dragon with us and sending a photo of your awesome dragon to library@buckeyeaz.gov by January 22nd. Now, let's get started. The supplies you will need are a sheet of paper, a pair of scissors, and some coloring supplies. Alright guys, once you selected your sheet of paper, you're going to bring the top left corner to the bottom. We're going to create that triangle. And the next step from here is cutting off that side rectangle shape. So go ahead and cut that off. Just like this. Go ahead and open it up and you'll see a diagonal crease here that we just created. Go ahead and fold it the opposite way in a diagonal way. Just like this. All right, go ahead and open up your sheet of paper again, and you're going to fold it top to bottom. Just like this. Go ahead and open it up one more time, and we're going to fold it left to right, just right through the middle. All right, just like this. Go ahead and open it up, and now you're going to place your sheet of paper in a diamond direction. Now you'll focus on that bottom square. You should see 4 squares, so I'm going to just kind of guide you. There's one right on top of you and to the left, and then on the bottom. So let's focus on this bottom square here, and it's the shape of here is it's facing the shape of a diamond. Next to this, you have a left and a right triangle. So what you're going to do is bring this triangle and just connect it to this bottom one, just like this. Now the next one over, you're going to connect it to that one. And we're just creating little flaps right in the middle. Okay? You're going to do the same thing to the left side. So go ahead and bring this over. Now the next one over, you're going to connect it to the one on the left. Okay, just like this. Okay, now what your sheet of paper should look like right now, you have plain paper, then you have some flaps in the middle, and then another straight sheet of paper there on the bottom. The right corner here, you have a center crease as a guide. You're going to bring the bottom portion of it and just align it to that center crease, just like this. Okay? Do the same thing to the left side. All right, the triangle that's kind of hanging around up there, go ahead and just fold it downward up into the crease there. Go ahead and just open it up. That was just a crease to guide us to the very next step. Go ahead and open this up. And we're going to start creating something that's going to start looking like a little boat. The creases that we just created, just go through it. And use that as a guide to start folding in your little boat here. Just going to use those guides and just follow the little lines there. Do the same thing to the other side. All right, we're going to do the same thing to the other opposite side. So go ahead and flip your origami over. And we'll just repeat those steps. So the right point, bring it on over to that middle crease. Crease it there. Now do the same thing to the left side. Bring this corner here to that center crease. Now this triangle that's up on the top, just bring it downward. It's going to help us as a guide. And just bring it back up. Go ahead and open it up. And again, we're going to follow those creases that we just created as a guide for us to fold into that little boat position. Okay, just flatten that out. Do the same thing to the right. You're going to use those as a guide all the way through. Okay. And then just go through it and just do some really good creases on the whole entire fold here. All right, so let me just fold everything back into place. So bring this one down. And if we bring the top one downward, you're now looking at a kite fold. Go ahead and bring this top one back to the top. So just swing it back to the top. In the middle, you should have the little flaps that kind of swing. Now, on the side of these, there's little pockets. So bring this fold here straight up. And what we're going to do is just put your finger right here through the middle of this pocket. And you're just going to build pressure there. And what we're going to do is do a squash fold. And this line here will just align straight through the middle. Okay, just like this. And do the same thing to the left side. So go ahead and bring this straight up. There's a little pocket here. You're just going to fold it downward, just like this. And go ahead and go through it and crease it. And so now you end up something that looks like a star. Now from this point, we're going to flip your origami over. And we're going to focus on this portion that looks like a little kite. Now, this next step is a little bit tricky, but as long as you focus this little point here of this little kite all the way down to the bottom point, this whole edge will align to the center crease. There's a little pocket here that you're just going to swing on over. Let me show you. So bring this whole edge to that center all the way down like this. And just make sure everything's there connecting to that center crease. Now go ahead and stick your finger right through there, building that pressure, and then just push it downward and flatten it out. Okay? Go ahead and do the same thing to the left side. So we're going to focus bringing this little corner towards the middle as well as the edge of this side here. Okay, go ahead and bring that to the center crease. And then this is where you kind of tuck that in there, building some pressure, and then just flatten it out. All right, we just created the middle of your dragon. So once you get to this point, go ahead and just fold it in half. You have a crease here that can guide you right through the middle. And you're just going to fold the whole entire piece right in half. Now with all the foldings that we just did, your paper does get a little thick, so you have to add a little bit of extra pressure to go through all the creases and just make sure that everything's all creased down. We're going to do the same thing to the other side, so go ahead and flip your entire piece over and crease it all the way through. All right, so now you're going to put your piece of paper in this direction, and you'll notice that one side is thinner than the other one. The thicker one is the actual head of the dragon. So what we're going to do is a reverse fold. Hold your whole entire origami just like this, and you'll start to feel some buildup that we just did in the inside. So this right here will be the guide for you as to where to stop. So we're going to just fold this upward, and the inside of that will just guide you where you're going to stop. Now for the reverse fold, go ahead and just bring this on over, swing it to the back, and follow that crease that you just did. It just makes it so much easier when we're trying to reverse fold. Bring it back into its original position. Go ahead and just open up slightly your dragon. Now the creases that we just created on both sides, you're going to open it up and then build some pressure right here at the tip of this where these lines connect, and just push it downward, and that's going to help guide for that reverse fold, just like this. All right, so our head looks a little weird, I know, but let's go ahead and work on another reverse fold so we can bring this tip over back to the right. So what we're going to do is just put some pressure here, just where you want your head to fold in. All right, just like this. All right, so I don't want my dragon to have a really long beak to it, so what you can do is just bring the tip of that and then just kind of tuck it inside, and you can go as far as inside as you want, just so you don't have a really pointy nose to your dragon there. Okay, now guys, it's time to work on its tail, and we're going to do another reverse fold. So we're just going to use the guide from the inside there, and we're going to fold it just like we did with the head, and then swing that over to the back and use that same crease. And that helps us to do a reverse fold. Okay, once we get to this position, you're going to bring this together. So now your tail faces downward. And then we're just going to reverse that fold so the tail faces up. Now you can play around with this and do another reverse fold if you'd like. So now your tail will be facing downward if you do that. I'm going to go ahead and finish mine with a little crease at the end of its tail, just like this. Okay, now our very last step here, right before we start to draw our dragon eyes, the inside of your dragon, the little hands here, you'll see the little point of that triangle there that we created a few steps back. Go ahead and just align it to this main part of the body. You're gonna just put that upward. Do the same thing to the left side, and that is the inside of your dragon there. Now we get to create the little eyes to your dragon. Now this is a very good time for you to add some really cool designs. You can get a gold marker and just do some really cool scales on it. Just get really creative. I can't wait to see your incoming dragons, you guys. So here is your origami dragon. Thank you for joining me today. Don't forget to help us celebrate and appreciate a dragon by sending in your creations to library@buckeyeaz.gov. I cannot wait to see them. I will be contacting our lucky winner. I hope you have enjoyed this video. See you next week for more origami fun. Bye.